Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. In the last episode, we went to Duna and Ike. Wasn't that the last episode? I believe it was. It's been a while. Been a week since I played this last. Trying to keep up with what I've done. I think this may be the last episode. I'm not sure because, well, let me show you something. Let's go into the Science and Research Center. Now, I did go back at the end of the last episode. I did go back to the Duna probe and the Ike probe, and there was still a lot of science to gather. And then I went back here and I thought, well, if I spent all time, if I milked all the science I could get out of those two probes, I could easily finish, no problem, this tech tree. As it is, I'm almost finished anyway. So I thought, well, I'll just 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I can get this whole row right here. I just thought I need at least one more mission. You know, I need to make one more mission relevant. Not that it is that relevant, but I'm gonna go ahead and get all these. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use them or not, but I mean that's what the career path is. That's what we're supposed to do. Fill out the tech tree. We need 1,500. We already have 317. I just need what, 1,200 to finish this. No problem. So what I'm thinking, let's go back. So I'm thinking is we're going to go to the Jool of the solar system this episode. Yes, we're going to go to Jool. And take a look around. I was thinking about building a probe for Lathe and Jool, but I think it'll just be Jool, just to get out there, just to say we've done it. I do want to update. There's two things I have to update here. Actually, I have to update this too. Let's go ahead and do that. Make it just fully upgraded. I want everything to be fully upgraded, just to say we've done it. And I think all that's left are these two here. I have plenty of cash. Yeah, it's fully upgraded. Runway is fully upgraded. Mission control fully. Yeah, everything except for these two. So let's go ahead and upgrade them. Make them fully upgraded. And we still have 257,000. And there it is. Let's fast forward to morning so we can see it in the morning. There we go. Fully upgraded Space Center. Okay, so, and I still haven't touched the science that's in the two research stations. Whatever, that are orbiting the moon and Minmus. I haven't even looked at them, so I'm sure they're full of science, but I don't need it. We'll take a look in here one more time and see we got. Experimental rocketry. So it looks like just, yeah, big pieces. We don't even need these to go to Jool, to be honest. We don't need any of this stuff. These are just larger fuel tanks, larger engines. Massive. What is this? Massive structures. Aerospace tech for aircraft, I guess. You know, there are a few other things I could do with this playthrough, like build a better space plane. I was thinking about doing a Duna landing, but I'm not. I might. Basically, let's go back to what I was going to say. This may or may not be the last episode. I don't know. I'm going to see how it goes. We're going to go to Jool with a probe, and then probably fill out the research and development, and then maybe later, maybe not next week, but maybe a little down the road, I might do like a Duna landing. Just call it like a Kerbal Space Program special episode or whatever. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So that may be in the future, but for now, let's go to Jool, shall we? All right. I am pulling up a few Let's see, I need the Delta V map. Let's pull that up. We need Jool. So to get there, we need about, well, we need, again, about 3,400 to 4,000 to get into Kerbal orbit, and then we need about, a couple thousand to get to Jool. And then we need something, it says here, to go from intercept to elliptical orbit is 160. 160? Wow. 160. And then to get into low orbit is 2,800. 2,800. So, let's start. I'm not going to show much of this at all. It's going to be a lot like the last probe. I mean, in fact, what I should have done was just copy. Ooh, we got this other remote guidance unit. But I don't think we need it. So it's going to be a lot like the last one. It's, you know, pretty much the same design. I don't need a whole lot of, different of anything on here. Where is, I'm looking in the wrong section. So it's going to be like this, all the science in here, and then we're going to have a few fuel tanks. We need 2,800 to get into low orbit. I'm not planning to get into low orbit, so I'm thinking we're going to bring 3,000 anyway. Let's see what we can do here real quick. How much fuel can we put in this final stage? I'm thinking we don't need a big tank. Something like this, maybe 2 of them? Maybe? If we have, I'm thinking the best engine, you know, I haven't really looked at engines since I got more tech, but I didn't see any engines in there that are better. I'm going to take a look, that are better than the service module engine. Let's see. That's monopropellant. Here we go. 200 kilonewton thrust in the vacuum. 370 ISP. I don't know if there's anything better than that. Well, that'll give us the right combination. Of course, this one has a lot more thrust, but it sucks up a lot more fuel. See, 40 per second. This one's only 4. So you have to be smart about that. Yeah, I don't see anything better. 290, 355. This is still probably the best. This one, the best engine. How much is that? Oh wow, that gives us 4,700 thrust. That's overkill to get into low orbit, and I'm not even going to get into low orbit. So this is going to be our probe right here, more than likely. With the science in here, I'm going to need a different communication device because the one we were using before, this one, is not going to cut it. It doesn't have the range to get out to Jool. So, and I think there's another one here that's better. Let's see, this one goes out to 61 gigameters. 61. Now I could put, well, I want a direct antenna, not a relay. These are all relay. I'm sure there's a, no, that ain't gonna work. Ah, that one, right there. How big is this? Oh, it's small. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. That's what we're gonna use because it goes out to 158 gigameters. That's 158. That's almost 3 times the distance. That'll be fine. That's our antenna, and then of course we need electrical. We'll probably use where are they? These, I'm thinking, probably. I mean, they generate 12 per second, and I have 2 of them. I will have 2 of them. So I'll probably, our probe will probably look like this. I mean, that's probably it right there. With all the science in here that I can stick in there. I might bring, you know what? If I have this much Delta V, it shouldn't take that. It shouldn't take. I should easily be able to get out to Lathe from a Jool orbit, easily, because Lathe is the innermost. I believe it's the innermost planet in the Jool system. So this should be plenty. I might do that. Then again, I won't need the science, so I might just do it just to do it, just because. All right, so I need to build a how much do I need? I need to get out there. I need about 1,000, 1,200, 1,400-ish, 1,400-ish to get into 1,400, and then about. Well, it's more like 2,400 to get out there. Okay. So I need about 2,400 in the stage below this, and then about 4,000 below that. So I'm going to work on that real quick. I'll be right back. You know, I never really looked at a rocket, the perspective from inside the VAB like this. It's a little dizzying, the height. Anyway, here's the Jool probe. This is what we got right here. This should easily get us out there. On the bottom, well, let's take it from the top. Shall we take it from the top? Let's disconnect this. This is R and this. This is the final probe here. It looks a lot like what I said it would look like. Now I'm thinking I might instead, I didn't pack in 2 of these, and I'm still considering it. Actually, I forgot. So let's let's go get that and see if we can stick another one in here. Here it is. Science. Ooh. Just one, thanks. Can I? Oh, I could stick it on the side of the batteries, maybe. Why not? Right? There. Let's check it out. Or I could put it. I just put it on the top. I think that would look a little better. Put it on the top, right up here. Right up here. There. Let's bring it back just a little. Good enough. Okay, so I can actually put 2. I could put another one on there if I wanted. But this is if we go to Lathe and if we decide to do a little science there. But this is pretty much the final version. This is all of our science. It's got the solar particle collector. Now, I can only use this thing like 2 or 3 or 4 times. I forgot what it was. I discovered that, let's see, rerunnable X. It's 4 samples, right? 4 samples. I could. Can I put 2 on here? Is that possible? Because I kind of want to get more than just 4 samples. If I do this, will they open without... Oh, well, it's clipping there a little bit, but what I could do is take this and rotate it a little bit. Like that. Nope, the other way. There. Yeah. So I can get 8 samples. Not that I need 8 samples. I mean, I think I have enough science. Anyway. Let's see if that is good. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Should have done that with the last probes, but I wasn't really thinking about it too much. So I have 2 solar particle collectors, 2 Science Junior micros, 4 goo canisters. Each can contain 2 samples, so that's 8 goo, and the rest of them are rerunnable. I mean, tons. I could go get all the science I want from Jool, and then from Lathe as well. Here is our antenna, which should be enough. I would think that should be enough to get there. And of course, oops, looks like what have I done? There we go. Yeah, that should be enough power. Okay, so that's our probe. And then we have the fairing to protect it. And then right here, let's see what I put on here. Right, this is that Penguin vacuum engine. So I only got this small little tank with this engine, and it gives me 3,000 delta V. So this Penguin engine, if you got it connected to this size tank, what size? This is what is this? SC05? SC05. Is that it? Yeah, that's it right there. 3.75 meter. So if you're using those parts, this engine seems to be the best. There it is right there. ISP of 400. I mean, it does use more fuel, but the thrust is excellent, 600 kilonewtons. So that is the second stage. I have 3,000. And then in the lower stage, I have the usual Merlin cluster with 3 tanks, and I have 4,200 delta V, so that's plenty overkill to get us into orbit, overkill to get us to Jool, and overkill once we're there. That's what I call my rockets, overkill. Okay, so this is it. Let's save this. Now, what we have to do is go and do some time warp to get in position of Jool, to get in our launch window. And I gotta bring up the launch window calculator. So, give me a sec. Going out to the internet. Here we go. So we're leaving Kerbin, destination Jool. And we need to get into phase angle of 96.58 degrees. 96.58. Of course, we could just go to the, let's go to, this is saved, right? Save, let's go and check it out. And what I mean is check it out in the tracking station. Okay, let's zoom out. Huh. I wonder... I'm not getting any signal from the Duna probe or the Ike probe. Wonder why. Oh, it's behind Duna. That's why. What about Ike? It's behind Ike. that's I don't know. I guess that's... I thought maybe that was just... How unlikely is that? That they're both behind their respective planets. So if we do a little fast forward, we should get us... Yeah, there we go. Got a signal from them. Both of them. Okay. Alright, and now the Eve probe is behind Eve, probably. Let's take a look real quick. Yep, it's right here. So Eve is blocking the signal to Kerbin. That's fine. All right, so let's look at Jool. Jool. And 184 days to transfer. Transfer angle 96.56, which is... Yep, that's what's in the... That's what's on this page. The Interactive Illustrated Interplanetary Guide and Calculator for KSP. Very good. Very good. Okay, so what we have to do... Our transfer ejection angle is 114 degrees. Now, I don't know any way to see that in the game. I just have to guess. But it says... Let's go back here. With this... With prograde straight up, retrograde straight down, our ejection angle should be right about here. Right about here is where we start our burn. But we have to wait 100 and, what was it, 58 days? Jool. 184 days. So we're going to do a little time warp. And I will be back when we're within a few hours. See you then. Okay, we're closing in on 3 hours right here. We have about 3 hours to go. So I want to go back and get the rocket into Kerbin orbit. Let's do that. Still night. I mean, it's been night most of this game. At the Space Center. I'd like to do this in the morning, but I don't think we can wait. Yeah, it's the middle of the night. We're going to have to lunch now because we've got 3 hours until transfer time. So let's get in the VAB, get the rocket ready. Okay. Check staging real quick just to make sure. I've done this before, but I always like to make like triple sure. Because after you go out to the launch pad and you press the space bar and something like this decouples and explodes, after you do that a couple times, you start learning, hey, maybe I should check my staging. This and then that engine and then this and that. I mean, staging is really simple on this one. All right, let's take it out, get it up into orbit. Alright, and let's go ahead and full throttle this. And we check staging one more time. Looking good. Alright. This should not be a struggle to get this into orbit. We have plenty of fuel. So let's get going. Slow it down just a little bit. No sense in burning a bunch of fuel through the thick parts of the atmosphere. But then again, like I said, we have plenty of delta V. All right, time to start turning. Alright, if I don't have any mishaps, I will see you in orbit. Okay, that should be enough. I didn't look at the map, but go out and look at the map, but I think we're good. 227, I burned a little long. It's supposed to be about 200, but that's fine. No problem, so we're in orbit. We're now in orbit. 200,000. Up, and we have what, 312 meters per second left in this. We're gonna ditch it. I'm gonna quick save in case something happens, like this decouples and destroys for some reason destroys my engine here. It's happened before. So right here, let's decouple this, and I guess we'll just wait. Let's do a little time warp. Yeah, see what it's doing? Clipping through that a little bit. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Just wanted to make sure it didn't destroy my engine. Okay. Alright, now on this one we have 3,200. We only need about 2,000, I think, to get to Jool. Let's go back to the Space Center. I gotta find out how close we are to our transfer window. Okay. We need the tracking station. And while we're here, we might as well get rid of the Jool probe debris. Okay. Jool probe. It's right here. Let's zoom out again and take a peek. We are 2 hours and 49 minutes away from transfer. That looks about right. Looks about in the right position. So I'm going to have to do a little... I'm going to try and get close to, like... Basically, well, let's do it right here. Let's do it now. I'm going to get as close as I can to the transfer window while... Whoops. And get the probe right about here. So my goal is to get the probe coming around right about here when there's maybe less than an hour to transfer time. So let's zoom out. Jool, right? Okay. 2 hours. Let's bring that down to about half an hour or so. Okay, 28 minutes. Let's go back and see where we are in orbit. We're right here. Perfect. So by the time we get over here, it should be we should be in our window, or right about there. So let's do a let's do a maneuver now. I'm gonna check the interplanetary guide calculator. Just kind of get an idea of where the transfer ejection angle should be, and it should be right about where the periapsis is. I'll put it right there. Oh, I have to go. Here I'm doing it here on the in the tracking station. Let's fly the probe. Okay. Music, play. Okay. So before we do anything, before I get carried away, let's go ahead and extend the solar panels and the antenna. Because if I forget, again, I could find, like, and I've done this before, I'll get carried away with my transfer, and then I'll go ahead and do the burn, and then I'll do time warp a little bit, and I'm suddenly out of... I can no longer control my probe. Because I forgot to extend the antenna. There we go. Looks quite nice. I like that powerful antenna in a little compact size. It's kind of cool. Okay. Let's go out to the map. And let's plan this transfer, shall we? Alright. Trying to make these as straight up and down as possible, so I get my ejection angle as close as possible. So looking at the illustration again on that website, and it should be right about periapsis. I'm going to put it right about here. Push that out, and and again, we'll probably have to, kind of move this around in the orbit to get it just right. So it looks like we're going to intercept over here. Hopefully I've done this. Oh, look at that. Is that... seriously? I hardly even tried. So we got a periapsis here. I'm just going to leave that. I think... should I try and get a little closer? That's 2... what is that? Billion meters? Yeah. Let's see if we can get a little closer. 1.4. Jool has a big gravity well, so it's easy to get an encounter with it. Okay, that... oh, 541 million meters. Let's see if I can get a little closer. Now we're going a little... now we're going away. Whoops. 517. We'll just leave it right there. So how long is this? I have to... it's 19... see, it's about 2,000. So that Delta V map was pretty accurate. It said 980 to get an intercept, plus 274 plane change, plus 950 to get from low Kerbal orbit to up to an escape. So add that 950 to 980 plus 270. That's pretty close. Pretty close. A little less than what it says here, but it's pretty close. Let's turn on this engine. Wow. That sounded pretty mean, or powerful. Alright, we're at 16 minutes, a 2-minute burn. 2-minute burn? Seriously? Wow. Okay. So let's align to the maneuver node. In 16 minutes, we're going to head on out. Head on out of here and head for Jool. Alright, I'm going to do a little time warp. I'll be right back. I really like the plume of this engine. I went ahead and started the burn. We have about 25 seconds left. And we're closing in on the end of the burn. So we'll go out to the map. Go out to the map. Zoom out as quickly as we can and see where we are. Come on. Come. Alright, I guess I should slow down. So this doesn't have to be like super duper accurate, but it helps if it is. It means less of a correction later. Oh, there we go. Right about the... oh, look at that. 0.1 second. Our periapsis is 504, right on the nose. So, we got a long way to go. This is, what? This is 2 years and 151 days away. 2 years and 151 days. So, let's do a little time warp. Let's make sure everything looks fine. Deployed. Let's take a look at Kerbal again as we leave. And look at the continent below us with all the lights, city lights. I think what I should do is turn this craft so that these are pointed towards the sun. Why not? Not that way. This way. Right? Right, this way. A little bit more. Right about there. We don't want to run out of power on the way. A little time warp. Okay. Looking good. Alright. I'll be back when we get sorta... Well, you know, I might do a correction burn here. Probably will at some point. So I'll be back. I'll be back for that. Okay, we're about midway there. We're actually out to close to the Dres orbit. We're quite a bit higher than Dres. Dres has this weird elliptical, and it's in a different plane orbit here around Kerbal. So let's try a slight correction here. Usually it's easier to do the further you're out. You know what? Did I set Jool as the target when I did my... Huh. I don't remember if I set Jool as the target when I did my burn, my first burn. Interesting. No, I want to focus. Can I... focus. Here we go. Focus. Let's see where we are. Okay, we're coming around... Ooh, on top. We want to basically come around this way. Around this side. Like... Oh, come on. Come on. Come around this side. See how Lathe is orbiting this way. Or at least it should be. Let's take a quick peek. Time warp. Yep, it's orbiting this. We want to orbit the same way. What's this? What's 71% strength? That's just fine. So, all right. So if we're coming up way up on top, let's do a correction. Right about... Well, as soon as I can. Right about here. Come on. Add maneuver, and we're going to pull this down. I don't really want to go on a polar orbit. It'd be a lot harder to get to Lathe if I do that. So let's pull back, down, back, down, whoop, down. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Now, Jool atmosphere. I think we're going to want to be above... I need to look this up. I forgot. So, let me open up another web page. This would be the orbital height, science in orbit heights. Okay. Jool, 200 atmosphere limit is 200 kilometers. 200 kilometers. That sounds about right. So I'm gonna aim for about 250 to 300, something like that. Okay. And we got to pull this in a lot more. Stop that. So that's 580, and I kind of want it to be relatively on the same, well, relatively equatorial, which, and hopefully it's in the same line. It's close to Lathe. It'll do. It'll do. Yeah, that looks about right. We want to get that down to about 300, I think. Oops. What happened? Did I go into the atmosphere? Yep, looks like I did. It's a little too High, too low, too high. Can I get a... There we go. 312? I think that'll be fun. Just touch it just a little bit. 232. A little higher. Let's try the wheel. .301. That's fine. 46 meters per second of delta V. And this is in 5 days. 2-second burn. What I want to do then, if that's the case, is make this like 5% thrust. And that pushes that out. 46 seconds is a little long. How about 20% thrust? 11-second burn, that's a little short. 15-second burn, that's manageable. Okay. Where are we? Come on. Game. Thank you. Okay. 301, and this is in how many days? So I'm going to do a little time. Let's do a quick save. Because if I go past my node, then I'm going to want to reload. Let's go towards the maneuver node before I forget, because I've done that many times. Do a time warp, and then I'm right up on my node, and I'm not pointed towards the maneuver, and I miss my time. Okay, so we got 5 days of time warp to do. So I might skip this because the time warp is weird. I got it like way up here on 1,000 time, 1,000, and it's only counting down seconds. That's better. On 10,000 time. Whoa, 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 whoa! See what it does? It's the time warp that needs to be fixed in the next version of this game. Unless there's something it's doing that I don't know about. So we're going to come in high. As you can see, we're coming in a little high. So when we get here, we're going to have to adjust for that so that it's orbit. So that it's... I don't really want to be in an orbit that goes... That's not that bad. But it's still a little high. I'm going to have to adjust. Actually, no, now it doesn't look high. I don't know what I'm looking at. It looks high to me, but when I come out here, it doesn't. Actually, it looks a little low. We'll adjust it either way when we get to that point. Alright, do I dare kick this up a little bit? I'm not going to do it because I don't want to fly past my maneuver node. Okay, closing in on the node. So they're going to start burn probably about 7 seconds or so. Okay. Since it's 15 seconds, I'll go full for the first few seconds. And watch this come down. And then we're going to lay off the thrust very quickly. Like, okay, bring it down. Whoa. Not so fast. That's about right. Right there. Alright, where's our periapsis? 290 is good. 290 is good. No, it looks like we're coming in right about the right plane. Maybe a little under. Okay. More time warp. We still have... Okay. We still have 470... What? Hold on. 1 year, 232 days to go. So I'll be back when we get close. I want to be back when we're starting to, when I can just begin to see the Jool system. Okay, we are 20 days out from entering Jool's sphere of influence, and I noticed something. I don't know why I didn't notice this before, but look at all this other science we could do if we wanted to. This is I took a look, and it's all science while in high space over the sun. All of this, if I wanted to do it, but I don't really think I need to. I mean, I could, but I'm just going to ignore that. That's other science I hadn't even really thought about. So let's see. I don't know. Nah, it's 71. Wow, it's how far away is Jool? I don't think we can see it yet. So if the sun is this way, we're looking back that way. I'm pretty sure we're way too far away from it to see it. And look how small the sun looks this far away. And why am I faced this way now? I don't know. Jool is out that way somewhere. And we're too far away to see it. Now, there's one other thing I need to look at, and that is I need to calculate. Let's go to focus. I need to see how much fuel it's going to take to get into a capture. But look, I still have 1,200 meters per second in the second stage, and I want to see if I can do it with the second stage. I think I can. That right there is enough for a capture. Yeah, it's only 270 meters per second. So I'm going to have tons of fuel to go out to Lathe if I want. That's 700. Do I need to really... Because look at my... I think my plane is only like 0.3% off of Jool. Pretty sure. That's what I saw. Come on. I don't think I'm going to adjust. Let's bring this in and see what it looks like. I had an encounter there with Lathe. Yeah, right there. So that's 1,100. So I'm going to go ahead and use this second stage to get into orbit. I'm going to burn it all up. And that is just a little bit off, but I don't think it's going to matter. Should I bring it up a little bit? Let's see. Oops, not that. Gonna have to use... Yeah, I'm not... if I want to match... If I want to change planes, I will do it after I get into orbit. But I think... Let's just go ahead here. I'm going to cancel this and do it again. I'm just going to burn up all the fuel in this. 1,209 is what I got. Okay. I'll just... What do we got? 5 minutes, 5-minute burn in 80 days. Okay. 5-minute burn. Might as well use it. So let's go back out to the map. Or the live view of our probe. Just taking a look. Okay. So I'm going to do a little bit more time warp till I get within, I don't know, maybe a couple days. I want to see Jool come up. Let's see if I can see it from a distance. Okay, we're 10 days out. Yeah, I still think it's probably too far away. Let's see. Okay, there's the sun. It should be right over here. Ooh, that's it right there. Looks like it right there. I'm pretty sure that's it. Let's find out. Yeah, that's it. That's Jool. What's our time warp look like? Okay. So we can go a little faster. Says we're still... Okay, we're not quite... Are we in Jool's sphere of influence yet? Yes, we are. Wow. We are still 55 days away from our burn at Jool, and we're already in Jool's sphere of influence. Let's watch Jool come up. Gotta be careful. So I don't warp past it too quickly. Here it comes. And you can see its moons. Okay, how far out are we now? 2 days. I'm going to align towards a maneuver. I have to cancel time warp to do that. And there's Lathe right there, it looks like. Okay, we're at the maneuver. More time warp. How's our signal strength? 70%. Looking good. And there she is. And there's Lathe. Transiting Jool. And this looks like Tylo, I believe. Let's see, we're here. That's Lathe, yep. Oh, it's Val. Tylo is it this one? Yeah, it's that one. There's Paul. Looks like we've already crossed in Paul's. So we got Lathe, Val, and Tylo. Here's Lathe, Val, Tylo. The other two are kind of small moons. There is Bop. I think Bop is this one. I don't know for sure. And it looks like... What is this? Paul is right next to Val. This is Val, but I don't see it. It's so small, I don't see it. Yeah, I don't think I see Bob either. 3 hours to burn time. We're going to just basically going to burn this engine until all the fuel's gone. Let's double check everything. Make sure. Yeah, periapsis is at 290. That should be just fine. We'll be pretty close into Jool. Apoapsis, like I said, we can correct. Yeah, we might want to do a little slight plane change when we get into orbit. I'm definitely, depending, I don't want lathe to interfere with my apoapsis out here. So I'm gonna bring this down farther. Probably, I don't know, maybe right here. Maybe a million kilometers out, something like that. Okay, where are we? 1 hour and 50 minutes to burn. You know what? I should probably quick save before I screw this up. I don't want to go past my burn point. But if I do, I can always reload. Five minutes, which means we're going to start at 2. Let's see, 2.5, 3. 2.5. Almost be about 2 minutes and 50 seconds-ish is when we're going to start our burn at at 2 minutes and 50 seconds before the node. So I can, whoa. Wow, look at Jool. It's magnificent, isn't it? It's big. It's cloudy. And there's Lathe, which has an atmosphere. It's a lot like Kerbin. There's Tylo, I guess. Val's probably behind Jool. Yep. No, it's right. Hold on. Tylo is right. We should be able to see it. Oh, that is Tylo. That's Val that we should... I keep getting those confused. That's Tylo. Val is right there. Okay. 34 minutes to burn. I'm going to go ahead and time warp a little bit. You know what? I didn't think about this, and I hope I didn't screw this up. Where is Kerbin? Ooh. Am I going to be able to do this burn? Yeah, I should be able to do this burn. Kerbin is right here. And I'll still be in direct contact with Kerbin. Right at the burn point. Wow. I'm glad I checked, because if the burn was here, we'd have to start it like now. Or we'd have to make an adjustment. But this looks fine. We should still be in radio contact even out to here. Now that's... It's 2 minutes after the node, so even right here should be fine. So the node is in 24 minutes. So add a couple minutes. 26. I should be right here when I stop the burn. And hopefully I'm still within radio contact. Ugh. Maybe I should start the burn early. I think I might. Let's quick save again, just in case. Okay. We're at 4 minutes. 3 minutes. Oh, dang it. I went past my burn a little bit. Yikes. Just about 10 seconds, though, past it. It should be fine. All right. Be back soon. Okay, we're getting close to... Got about 60 seconds left of the burn. We still have radio contact with Kerbin. It's getting close, but I think it's not going to matter because we're already in orbit. We've already passed the point where we interact with Lathe, and even if we lose contact now, the engine will just continue. I can't shut it off, but the engine would continue until it burns out. And we're already in orbit, so no problem. Not a big deal. Okay, we have about 100 meters per second of delta V left in the tank. Like I said, we're just going to let it finish burning. And yeah, we have a little less delta V than what I have planned for the maneuver, but we'll be just fine. And 20 meters per second left. And we're done. So what I want to do is move this. Let's turn it. And hopefully I can do this before I run out of radio contact. Turn it like this. And decouple. So I got like 4,200 meters per second left of delta V. I could probably, honestly, let's quick save. You never know. I could probably visit all the planets with all this delta V if I wanted to. Turn this back this way. Let's cut off the throttle, activate this engine. Okay. We're still in radio contact. Yep. So what I'll do is I'll come out here, make another orbit, and then right about here, I will bring this down, correct the plane, do some science. In fact, I suppose I could do some science now, but I'd like to fix the orbit first. So I'm gonna, like I said, circle around. It'll be probably at 5 hours. Wow. Okay. Be back soon. I want to correct this, and then we'll do some science. Okay, I've lowered my apoapsis a little, not a lot. I didn't want to lower it significantly because, well, I'm going to be going out to Lathe, so it makes no sense to lower it pretty far. I just wanted to lower it enough so Lathe does not affect, so I don't get an encounter and it affects my orbit, or pulls me out of Jool's orbit or whatever before I can do my science here. So I pulled it down, I circled around again, and now I have a plane change maneuver. I have Lathe targeted, so I'm going to get in the same plane. It's going to take about 200 meters per second, and it's coming up in about 4 minutes. So I want to do that. 14-second burn. And then we're going to do some science here around Jool, and then we'll go out to Lathe. 14, so we're going to start at about 7 seconds. Okay. Let's go full throttle since it's 14 seconds. There we go. There, perfect. Okay, so we're in the same plane now as Lathe. So when we decide to go out there, it should be much easier. Let's do some science, shall we? Is this high orbit or low orbit? This looks like high orbit. Let's find out. Pressure scan, Jool. Yeah, it's high space over Jool. 72 science. We're going to rack up a bunch of science here. I'm going to go ahead and You've seen this before. I'm just going to go right through these, and you don't have to listen to the annoying data transmission. I'll be right back when I'm done here. Okay, I think I've gotten just about everything I need to. It's showing that I have a couple here to do, but when I click on radio plasma wave scan, it says no science. So, high in space over Jool. So, I've already done it, apparently, but it keeps showing up. I'm not sure why. So I'm going to reset it. And then the solar particle analysis. I only get 16 science. Apparently, I've already done it from high over space and Jool. Maybe this is a different biome. I'm not sure. Protected by Jool's massive magnetosphere, the local plasma environment differs significantly from interplanetary space. Initial analysis shows differences in the isotopic ratios of several elements. So we're going to reset that. I'm going to save some of these, like the solar particle analysis. I can only do 8 of them or so. So I'm going to save some of them for Lathe, and then the goo, and then of course the Science Junior. I'm going to see if I can get an encounter with Lathe now. So let's turn off the science. I've already orbited a couple times. By the way, when I was doing some of the science, I ran out of electrical charge. It said I couldn't transmit. I thought, why? I had so much science, I ran out of electrical charge transmitting. Yeah. Oh, look at all these achievements. Like, lots of them. Contract parameter complete. I wonder what that... Ooh, what is all this stuff? Deadline well, that's... Yeah. It's probably a contract that... Connect a magnetic survey around Kerbin. So I lost a little bit of money in recognition. Whatever. Orbital survey of Ike. So these are old. Landing on Ike achievement. Yeah, these are Duna. This is from past missions. I didn't even bother looking at this stuff, I guess. First orbit of Ike achievement completed. I still don't know what progress points are. Heaviest vessel to orbit Duna. Well, it's the only vessel to orbit at Duna, so yeah. Talk about close encounters. Any closer and there'd be paperwork. Explore Duna. Huh. Oh, that's because I got within probably really close to the atmosphere there. Duna flyby. Heaviest vessel to orbit. Okay. Accomplishments. First flyby of Moho. Escaped the gravitational influence of Moho. Entered Moho. There's a bunch of stuff here. Gathered the first scientific data from Jool. Entered Jool's orbit. A bunch of money for stuff we didn't even have a contract for. Okay, well, that's just a bunch of achievements. Alright, so let's see if we can get out to Lathe, shall we? I'm going to see if I can start one. I'm just eyeballing this. It's not a perfect low orbit. It's generally we'd start like here, 90 degrees or so. I'm going to see... Ooh, maybe I can get one here in 5 minutes? I doubt it, but I just want to take a look and see. No, it's going out this way. What I could do is push this... Oh, look at that. So let's take the maneuver and pull it around. So like here, push this out a little bit more. Looks like we're getting farther away, so let's push this... Ooh, right there, maybe. Aha! I don't want to go out that far, though, so let's pull this back in. So it would go out this way and then come back. I don't really want to do that. I'm going to play around with this a little bit and see if I can find something that works. Okay, I think I got something. So I'm going to start a maneuver here. It's only 23-second burn. It's going to use up 382 meters per second, and it's in 4 hours. So it's probably as I come around the second time, I'm going to burn here. 23 seconds, that should be fine. I don't think I'll experience the radio blackout. And I looked it up, and Lathes atmosphere starts at 50 kilometers. And I have a periapsis here of 65. Now, the problem is, this is on this side of Lathe, so I don't know how dangerous this could be. I'd like to encounter it over here, but maybe, let's see. .360. I just want to be able to make radio, be able to do this within radio. I'd like to encounter it right here if I can. So I might push this over a little bit and push it out. Problem is, yeah, it's got to have to line up just right. Whoops. There's one. Let me see if I can. $720. Okay, so maybe I could do it here. Get within 700,000. Oops. Come on, stop that. 700,000 meters. Do a burn here to capture in Lathe's orbit. And I could do the burn on the other side, probably. This looks like it'd be in radio contact. I think I'll do this. 400 meters per second in 5 days. Let's quick save. And time warp. Okay, coming up on our burn. So I orbited 5 days around Jool. And again, it's a 400 meters per second burn. We have plenty of fuel. And quick save real quick, so in case I mess it up, I can reload. That's good enough. And we are at where? Periapsis of 701. And that is in, what? 3 hours. Okay, we're going to go ahead into radio blackout here. And then we can do a correction. Well, we'll just line up our burn. Let's just do our burn now. Let's take a look. Okay, we're coming around this side. We're going to need to do a capture. That looks very equatorial. So let's see how much fuel it's going to take to do this. Just need to get into orbit. There we go. 491. Let's bring it right about there. I do need to get into low orbit, and I don't think that's low. So what we'll do, what I might do here, let's push this out. There we go. 441, we'll make this about 3 million. There we go. And then we'll lower our periapsis. And that should do it. This is a 24-second burn in 2 hours. All right, let's do it. Let's see what Lathe looks like right now. There she is. And Jool is there. There's Lathe. Oh, with Val and Tylo in the background. Very nice. So we're over here. Right here. This is what we're seeing. Excellent. Alright, a little bit more time warp. Still need an hour and 5 minutes before we get to our burn, our maneuver. And we will be in radio contact, no problem. And we are now in Lathe's sphere of influence. Let's see what this looks like now. Ooh. Very nice. Looks like we have a solar particle collector open. Let's close that. Okay. We need to point to our maneuver. And let's time warp in. Look at that. Pretty sure we're going to be in radio contact. Yep, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. A little bit more time warp. Okay. 24-second burn coming up. Always wanted to go to Lathe, and there she is. Where are we? We should probably start burning, huh? And there we are. We are in orbit of Lathe. And that should be fine. I don't think Jool will affect that orbit. I'm hoping. Maybe I should burn it a little bit tighter, just in case. Okay. Here we are. Let's take a look around. Let's look at it as we orbit. We're going to go out of radio contact here in a second. I believe we are right now. Yep, we are now. And we should now. We're back in radio contact. I'm going to take a look at Lathe on the other side. Wow. Okay, I'm probably going to do a little time warp. I'm going to get a little closer. Alright, here we are. I think we're still in high space. This is what I did a little fast forwarding just to see what it would look like. Still very nice. Very nice views. And you can see the continents through the cloud layer. So if I do decide to do a trip, a landing, I was always curious with this Astronomer's visual pack. See, with Kerbin, it's really hard to see the continents through the clouds, but I can Lathe. So it'll be easier to do a landing there. To get on the continent, because a lot of this is water. And I don't want to land in the water. Alright, let's do some science. Pressure scan. High in space, yep. Just transmit that. So I'm going to do a little science. And I'll be back in a bit. Wow, 200 science. Wow. Okay, I haven't done low space science yet, but I've done a ton of science here. I bet I have plenty of science to finish out the tech tree. I'm going to go back to the Space Center real quick and take a look. Yep, we have 2,400 science, which is plenty. And like I said, that's not even, I missed some of the science in the Jool system. I can't seem to move this. Oh, there we go. Let's just research that. The tech tree is finished, and we still have 909 science left. So there we go. Tech tree done. Wish there was more to do, but I suppose I could do, like, if I really wanted to continue this, I could do some episodes featuring some of this new science. But it would just be more the kind of the same. Oh, that's a graphics glitch, looks like. Looks like we're partially... Some of that's underwater. Weird. Or maybe it's low tide. I don't know. Either way, I think we've been taking this episode long enough. Again, we finished the tech tree. We finished upgrading all buildings. We still have plenty of money. Our reputation is over 80%. I think I'm going to leave it here. I may do 1 or 2 more episodes in the future. Again, I don't know. If I do, I'm going to consider this finished, but if I do, they'll be like special episodes, which I may add to the playlist. We'll see. It depends on how I feel, if I got nothing better to do. I do have a few new playthroughs coming up. I haven't decided on exactly what I'm going to do yet, but I have an idea. Just keep watching the channel, and you'll see. You'll see the new ones coming up. Thanks for joining me on this playthrough. I'm looking forward to Kerbal Space Program 2, but I don't think that's coming out until next year. So when that comes out, we'll do another playthrough. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Thanks for joining me on it. I'll see you in another playthrough.